Folks, welcome to another episode of Your Next Move. This is episode 49. I can't believe we're at number 49 at this point. Well, it's a brand new year, so these are brand new episodes, and I got a special guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself and where he's from. Special guest.
Hello. Hi there. My name is Dean Muller. I'm from Rochester, New York. That is about 6 hours north of New York City, up near Canada.
All right. Now, I kind of hear the accent, kind of a Canadian accent.
Yeah, Canada, eh?
Now, tell us about Rochester. What should people know about that they don't know already?
Well, Rochester is in between Buffalo and Syracuse, kind of like halfway. We're right on Lake Ontario. So we have some beaches. They're not the white sandy beaches that some people are used to. We have Kodak was established here in Rochester, IBM, Xerox. We had a lot of big industries in the past. As many of you might know, Kodak has downsized quite a bit. Xerox is still around, but we also have some really top-notch colleges, universities up here. We have the University of Rochester. It's basically a medical university. They're linked to one of the larger hospitals in the area, Strong Hospital it's called. We also have the Eastman School of Music. People come from all over the world to take classes there and get their education there. We, let's see, University of Rochester, Eastman School of Music. There's some other colleges up here that are pretty well known, I guess. My mind's going blank right now.
Well, I caught you off guard with that one. So, besides the colleges, or do you see like a lot of people coming in for the colleges? Do you see like older people coming in because of their young kids are coming to school and they're starting a family? Do you see a lot of older people coming with them?
No, it seems like more of the older people are, they're after they raise their families, they're getting out of here to warmer climates. But we do have quite a bit of elderly people here that are still here. Rochester is a good community of arts and music and education. I've lived here since I was 2. I did move away for about 6 years when I was in my 30s, but I came back because I think it's just a really good place to live. We get winters, but the east of Rochester gets hit with the heavy snows, and west of Rochester gets hit with this heavy snows. We're in this little pocket where, the snow blows off of Lake Ontario to the east, up in like Watertown and areas like that. And then it blows off of Lake Erie to the southwest of us, like Buffalo. So Buffalo gets hit pretty bad. So we're in this convenient little area here where, and there's no tornadoes, there's no earthquakes,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, there's none of those. It's really a unique area. We have about 35 minutes south of us, we have the Finger Lakes, which is noted for a lot of wineries. And Watkins Glen is down there where they have the NASCAR races.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot around this area that's, not too far from Rochester. Within 30 minutes or so, you can find a lot of different interesting things. Skiing, water skiing, snow skiing,
all that in the same area.
Yeah. A lot of, we have Bristol Mountain, Swain Mountain. They're near here, within 30 miles away.
All right. Question. Talk to me about the real estate that's out there. What can people find, and what's the price range that you focus on?
Well, Rochester's been pretty steady over the past 30 years or so. As a lot of people are experienced over the last 4 years, we did have an increase in housing prices of about 40%.
Okay.
it seems like we're catching up with the rest of the country now as far as prices. Average median price probably around 200,000 could get you a decent 3 or 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom house on about a half an acre lot.
I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time, please? Because as a New Yorker, downstate New Yorker, I didn't hear what you said with the number.
Okay, so 200,000 could probably get you a pretty decent 3 to 4 bedroom home, 2 bathrooms, one and a half to 2 bathroom home on about a quarter acre lot. We do have house prices that go up into the millions, but average, you could probably spend $200,000 to $300,000 and find yourself a nice, comfortable home.
So for the New Yorkers who are downstate, and particularly Queens and Nassau, we're looking at about $650 for an average home. So if they're selling that and they're looking for someplace to go, I would definitely point them in your direction. I'm like, look, you can sell your house, buy something out there, keep that as a rental maybe, and go travel. If you haven't traveled in years, travel and still have that home basically.
Yeah,
make money for you.
We do have areas around Rochester they call the suburbs. There are houses running from 4 to 6 and 700,000 too. For the nice bigger ones, like 3,000 square feet plus. On an acre or 3/4 of an acre lot. So I mean, we do have those prices too, but you can find them for 200, 225. I just sold one a month ago for 260. It was 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on a 1 acre lot for 260.
Are these renovated homes, or they're like lived in from families like 20 years? Or
a lot of the homes have been partially renovated. What you're going to find here is we have homes that were built in 1900s, 1920s, and they've got that pink ceramic tile bathrooms. You know what I'm talking about? The pink
grandma's bathroom.
Yeah. We have homes that have like that as well, but it's a mix. A fully renovated home, probably you're looking higher 200s, maybe 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what can you tell us? Basically, you already mentioned the schools that they have out there, and what other? You mentioned also some of the jobs, the people that are coming in. Is there anything else that you can tell us, basically, who's coming in, business wise, like any companies?
Well, there are companies that are doing what do they call it? With a lens grinding, not laser, but optics companies, right? So there's RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology. That's the other main guy that I couldn't think of before. But there's a lot of people from all over the world that come there as well. That's a technological, obviously, college, and they have laser labs at University of Rochester, and Rochester Institute of Technology has obviously more technological courses, degrees.
Okay.
But yeah, we get people from all over the world that are coming to these colleges. So we have to, Nightlife has to provide for them as well. So, there's a lot of clubs around town. There's a lot of
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. There's clubs, there's music. You're not going to find the stuff that you find down in New York City, obviously, but we do have not so much in downtown Rochester, because that market kind of died out about 50 years ago and it never reestablished itself. But there's clubs all around the Rochester area that, and like I said, with the Eastman School of Music here, a lot of the musicians will sign up with bands, and they'll do some playing around. We've got a couple casinos that are near here too, so we have that.
You have casinos, you said?
Yeah, there's a casino in Batavia, which is about 15 to 20 miles west of here towards Buffalo, and then there's another one in Farmington, it's called, and that's probably 15 minutes from my house, and I live pretty much in the center of Rochester. So I'm actually a drummer in a band, and we have gigs I played many gigs over there at the casino in Farmington. It's called Finger Lakes Gaming and Race Center. It's got a horse track and casino.
Okay. So there's all kinds of activities out there basically for you to do. Oh, yeah. Whatever you're into, basically there's stuff to do. Now let's talk about my favorite subject, food. People are gonna say it's real estate. Well, there's real estate then food. I don't know which is on the top. I know, right? Let's talk about food.
All right.
What's Rochester known for, basically food wise?
Swagle's Hots.
It's, and what are those?
A hot dog that they make here, where you put them on the grill, they pop open. I don't know. It's like it was created here. I don't know how many other places around the country you can get it. Also, we have what's known as the garbage plate.
So what?
Garbage plate. Yeah. You take a couple of hamburgers, put some cheese on them, throw on some hash browns and some macaroni salad, and what they have is called a meat sauce. And that different places have different versions of this garbage plate. The name garbage plate. The name garbage plate was what's that? They would you get a license or a patent? A patent.
Okay.
For the name garbage plate. So people have to call it trash plate or Rochester plate or but it's the meat sauce which makes the difference from one place to another. So that's Nick Tahoe is the guy who invented the garbage plate and started Nick Tahoe's restaurants around town about 50, 60 years ago.
Okay.
So, we have the garbage plate. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Besides the garbage plate, what's your favorite spot to go to grab a quick meal, if somebody was coming to visit?
Well, there's a Tryon Tavern down the street from me that has a really great fish fry. So on Fridays, that's a place that I really like to go to. There's lots of neighborhood restaurants that are around me that have really good foods. I prefer to go to a locally owned, restaurant. So Nick Tahoe's is pretty much they kind of closed down serving late dinners because of the location they're in. There's not a lot of business happening at night there. It's more or less downtown area. But Tryon City Grill, right down the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other questions that people would normally ask, basically when they want to find out about a specific spot. So besides food, sports. We mentioned racing, the horse racing. Is there any sports, local sports, college sports, anything that you want to talk about?
Well, we're not so much with the sports here. We have the Buffalo Bills, which is, about 35 miles, 60 miles away from us. So that's our biggest claim to fame. The colleges have their teams. We're not heavily. We have the local baseball team we have is called the Red Wings, Rochester Red Wings. It's the minor league. Mm-hmm. A lot of our people go from the Red Wings. They'll move up to a major league team. It's kind of like a starting point for them.
Is there anybody famous you can think of off the top of your head, basically, that came?
I'm not really a baseball follower, so I couldn't. I know there are some. I couldn't tell you names or what teams they've gone to, but I know there are some. I've seen them on the news.
There have been a few. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're about to say something else.
I forgot what that was, though.
Well, we were talking about sports, so
I don't know. One thing that I'm always concerned about when I'm looking at different areas, or I always wonder about when I'm looking at different areas of the country for housing, the property taxes. Because that's a major part of your expenses when you're buying another home.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Our property taxes here are pretty high, to be honest with you. And that's, I think, one of the reasons that the housing prices themselves are low. Because I have family that lives in Massachusetts, and I know that 10 years or so ago, $350,000 was a lot of money for a house. But their property taxes, from what I understand, were lower than New York state taxes. My sister lives in Ohio. Their property taxes are lower as well. So I know just by looking at obviously doing real estate, it's, one of the things I look at when I'm looking for homes for people is where their property taxes are. Within the city of Rochester, they're very reasonable. But as soon as you get out to one of the suburbs, Greece, Arundecoit, Pittsford, Penfield, Palmyra, any of those, then it kind of doubles. The property taxes double. Within the city limits, though, I mean, I own a 4,000 square foot home. I'm paying $4,600 a year for taxes. And that's in the
compared to compared to New York downstate. It's a completely different number.
I know. I've got friends in California too they're just amazed at the housing prices here. Yeah.
It's the housing prices is also like you mentioned, the property taxes pretty much is what's causing a lot of people to move. Obviously, they have other reasons. They might, health reasons, financial reasons, just changing jobs and stuff like that. Or maybe people retiring, and they're like, all right, it's time for us to go. Kids are out of the house, and let's find someplace else to go.
They get tired of the cold weather, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, for me, if I'm older and retired, the cold weather is just an excuse not to go anywhere. Just,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that we have not talked about that you want to let people know about Rochester that they should know? And that should be their final destination if that's where they want to go?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot of things, and the only thing I could really say is that I really love it here in Rochester. It's the people are nice. And like I said before, we're in this unique area, I think, where we have a lot of fresh water surrounding us, and with the Lake Ontario and the Great Lakes down south of here, the wineries and it's got everything you could want, and the prices for housing, the housing market has been very stable, so.
All right. Now, if somebody's interested in possibly buying something, either to live in, for the rest of their life, or thinking about purchasing something to just rent out, can you help them with that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Then how can they reach you if they are interested in basically maybe touring, getting an idea, basically getting a feel for the area?
Well, we have our website. It's living585.com. The 585 comes from our area code from up here.
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been dying to ask you that one.
585? Yeah. The area code for the phone numbers, yeah. It used to be 716, but that changed about 20 or so years ago. So living585.com is our website, and they can find me there or on Facebook, Dean Muller, and I'll be here.
All right. I forgot to ask the most important question. How long have you been doing this in real estate, and do you have a team?
I'm just finishing up my 8th year. So in April, I'll be starting my 9th year. I have my wife as my partner. We have other agents that work in the office here, but we're not. I mean, we support each other. Mm-hmm. So I would say there's Amber is one of our full-time agents, and then we have a few part-time agents that have started over this past year. We've actually just opened this office up very recently. I have worked with a couple of other brokers in the area before we made this office. My broker and I, we put the walls up and the floors in ourselves. It took a long time, but we're here. We just had our grand opening this past summer. We started doing business out of here probably last January.
Okay. I don't really have any other questions besides the garbage plate. The garbage plate is stuck in my mind basically right now. Like the name is throwing me off, but I'm like, to the people who want to try this. All right, before I forget, are there food festivals, music festivals? Do they have that out in Rochester?
Yeah, we have the jazz festival every summer, and then we have every weekend. All the towns around here have festivals going on because we take we have the cold winters, but we take advantages of our summers. So every weekend you're going to find something to do in one of the towns near here.
Okay,
Music
that's good to know.
festivals, carnivals, lots of bands playing outside, lots of outside entertainment. Another thing we have in Rochester that's very is Abbott's custard, frozen custard. It's like an ice cream, only like really creamy. So that's another Rochester thing there too.
Okay.
We have one of the best supermarkets in the business here too. It's called Wegmans Supermarket.
All right.
Yeah. And they've expanded outside of Rochester. Started here in Rochester, and I think they're heading down towards New York City too. They're expanding. Yeah. They're trying to hit the whole country. I think.
I guess I'm like.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We got a ton of information for the people that are interested, basically possibly moving and want to make Rochester your home. Definitely reach out to Dean Muller and his team. And Dean, could you give them your information one more time?
It's at living585.com is our website. Dean Muller at living585.com would be my email address. Dean at living585.com.
All right, awesome. And if you're here downstate New York and you're interested in possibly moving, selling, to leave here to go there, or going anywhere, basically feel free to reach me at 917-975-5985. And the website is mynyhomesales.com. I'm going to say thank you so much, Dean, basically for being our guest, our 49th guest, basically. And it's a brand new year. So you're welcome. It's a brand new year. So basically, if people want to make a change in their real estate goals, move from one place to the next, that's what we're here for. We just want to say thank you for watching, and definitely tap in. If you have questions about anything real estate related, feel free to reach out to either one of us. With that being said, I want to wish everybody happy holidays. Well, holidays just passed, but happy New Year is what I'm trying to say. Happy New Year and all the best. And talk to you guys later. Next episode.
Thank you, sir.